The mind is a maze to get lost in. I want to change, but how do I do it? I want to grow, but how do I support the growth that I'm seeking? I want to be all loving, yet I find myself judgmental and hating. So, how do I work with myself? How do I work with the mind in a way that allows me to facilitate this authentic change that I wish to see? If just there was some easy, simple way of understanding the mind, well, my friend, you are in luck. Because there definitely are very easy way of understanding the mind. You see, the mind is a garden.
It's all about caring and sharing and daring to open the heart.
Hola, my friends, and welcome to Be Happy. My name is Jonathan, and I'm here serving you on your path of self mastery. I am here to help you open your heart up to life, to help you to be happy. Because happiness is what all of this is all about, really. Happiness is what makes everything, and everything is that what makes happiness. Ah, it's beautiful. So let's do this. Let's get started. The mind is a garden, and it's your job to attend to your garden. What happens if you leave your garden unattended for a long period of time? It grows wild. The garden does what the garden does. It grows. And the garden does not care. The garden has no preferences. Just as the mind does not care. The mind does what the mind does. It's your job to attend to the garden in your mind. Now, let's say you have two seeds. One seed will grow into a tree with very poisonous fruits, and the other seed will go into a tree of the sweetest of apples. And you plant this in the earth and you nurture and take care of it. What happens? Well, the earth does what the earth does, so both trees will grow into its fullest potential. One being poisonous, the other one being sweet. The earth does not care. It has no preferences. Now let's get a good example of this. Let's say that I planted a seed in me, and it's the seed of the world is a horrible place, which is a very easy seed to get planted in these days. Let's say I plant this in me. Now I can plant it aware of the seed that I'm planting, or I can plant it unaware of the seed that I'm planting. The mind does not care. The garden does not care. So what happens? Well, what happens is that I will start to see all of the horrible things. Climate crisis, murder, violence, war, rape, and the list goes on and on and on with all of these horrible, horrible stuff. And I will conclude, because that's what I'm seeing, I believe the world to be a horrible place. And I believe that is nurturing the earth of the seed, so the little seed will grow into a tree. The deeper the roots, this actually hijacks my focus. So I will see more of the world is a horrible place. And I will taste the fruit of the world is a horrible place. And I will say this fruit tastes horrible. That means that the world was really indeed be a horrible place. So I believe even more, which means the roots grow even deeper in me, the tree grows larger, and I get more fruits. The more fruits I'm getting, the more fruits I eat, I will say this tastes horrible. This must really indeed be the truth. So I believe even more. And the roots grow even deeper, the tree gets bigger, and I get more fruits. When the fruits are ready, they will fall down into the earth, and the seeds will be planted of new trees that will give the same fruit. And I'm not attending to the garden in my mind. So this tree just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And in the end, I will have a forest of the world is a horrible place. Then what do I see? I see the world as a horrible place. So that's how it works. That's how it goes. The roots is our nervous system. It goes right into the nervous system. It is the nervous system. Let's say that I am fearful, the world is a dangerous place. What do I see? I see all of the stuff that makes me afraid, that makes me fearful. Say the world is a horrible place, I see all of the horrible stuff. But it also goes the other way. Let's say that the world is a beautiful place. Let's say that's my seed, that's my tree in me, that's in my nervous system. The world is a beautiful place and I'm happy to be here. Now, what do I see? I see all of the beautiful things. I see the way that the colors harmonize. I see the way the children are laughing. I see the way people help each other. And I see the good in people. But I'm not ignorant. So I also know that everything has its yin and everything has its yang. I'm not getting stuck with just the yin and only seeing the horrible stuff. I'm not getting stuck even just the yang and only seeing the good stuff. And oh, there's no horrible stuff in the world. No, that does not exist. Let's just only look at the good stuff. Positive thoughts, positive thoughts. No. Conclude the whole of the yin and yang. See everything in its full context. There's yin and there's yang. We can also use the yin and yang. I will make a video on yin and yang because like, if you understand yin yang, that changes your life. Absolutely, in every single aspect. So let's say that I have grown this, the world is a horrible place. And this has made a forest of these trees. And I'm suffering. Well, then I can go into one perspective of it. And it will be like, oh, why have I done this? No, and oh, this is so horrible, and like just seeing the yin, just seeing the bad side of it. But on the other hand, I can also see the good side of it. Wow, look at all of this I did unaware. Now I will get like the joy of removing everything and the knowledge of how to attend to the garden in my mind, because I have to remove everything. I have to clean up my garden. So you see, this is huge paradigm shift, right? So we have to be thankful for the suffering, because the suffering is that which facilitates our growth. So you, and me, so I have to be thankful for all of the trees of suffering that I have planted in the garden of my mind, because those trees, removing all of that, is what is teaching me to attend to the garden in my mind. So they are actually at my service. You see, that's understanding the yin and the yang, right? We see both sides of everything. I will make another video on yin yang. It's beautiful. That goes like, yeah, I made it a little brighter. So, from this perspective, looking at a thing as an anxiety, it kind of makes a whole lot more sense now. I come from a place of huge amount of anxiety myself. So in me going deep, in me attending to the garden in my mind, I have learned to release and let go of all that anxiety that I have. So everything that I'm talking about, that's from everything in the channel really, is from first-hand experience with me myself working with this. So let's look at anxiety. I'm standing in my garden, I have an anxiety. Wherever I go, wherever I move, because my garden has been unattended for a long time, everything stinks and everything burns. Only tree that I eat is poisonous trees, so poisonous fruit. Everything is in pain and I cannot move. That's my view of an anxiety. And going deep on this, I actually really want to make a video too on an anxiety, so we will go deep in that video once that has been made. We then go to the doctor or the psychiatrist. They give us pills. But what does the pill do? Well, the pill only numbs us, so we cannot feel all of the burnings, all of the stings, all of the poisonous fruit. But it does not get to the source. So I'm still having an anxiety. I'm just not feeling it. So how do I get rid of an anxiety? Well, you start attending to the garden in your mind. You start picking out the weed and it burns and it stings. And you start cutting down the smaller trees, digging their roots up. And what you will experience, once you have started on this, what you will experience is that suddenly you will have air. It's like, oh, I can be here without an anxiety. Then what happens is that you start moving and you go this way. And then it stings and it burns and you get an anxiety again. But because you have created this air, you can see the big trees. You can see, oh shoot, it's this. It's the lies. It's the secrets. It's the fear of being rejected, the fear of not being good enough. Therefore, I'm putting up a front of who I am not, who I want them to believe that I am, and I'm not authentic. I'm not myself. And I'm lying and I'm keeping secrets because I'm afraid they will see my true self. Oh, it was just that. And we start to see that, but we cannot see it when everything stinks, when everything around us is hurting. Right? So you say, alright, Jonathan, I understand that the mind is a garden. I understand that I have to work on it. I have to attend to the garden in my mind. But how do I do it, Jonathan? And we will go to depths in all of this in later videos. I will make wow, this is my role. I love this so much. This is a dedication of the YouTube channel. This is a dedication of Be Happy. So I'm so glad you're asking. The first practice I will give is start by being aware. See your trees. Identify your trees. What are they? Trees of anger, trees of jealousy. The world is a dangerous place. The world is a horrible place. I'm not good enough. I'm ugly. My body is wrong. You know, go through all of this. Like, start by being aware. If you have an anxiety, so the way this goes is like, don't be so much in it. You know, you don't have to drown. You can take like half a step back. Just witness it. Just say, I'm allowing everything now to come. And it will come. Especially if you allow it. Oh my God. But allowing it to come and you can see. Start by identifying the different trees. Identifying that which is hurting. Which fruits are you eating? And start by getting like a map of the garden in your mind. And yeah, I would say start with that. Start with that. We will go into more like, how do I cut down the trees? How do I take out the roots? Blah, blah, blah. We will go for everything. What are the 4 greatest tools that I can use for this? I'm so glad you're asking, because we will get to that in a later video. So I want to say thanks for watching, and if you have any questions whatsoever, write them down in the comments. I will happily answer, and if it's a really good question, then we can make a video about it. So thanks for watching, and be happy.
It's all about caring and sharing and daring to open the heart. It's all about giving, forgiving and living and doing my part. It's all about caring and sharing and daring to open the heart. It's all about giving, forgiving and living and doing my part.